My name is PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there. I see them. Yopo.
Efa arrest no ho ensem wa manfo a wono kasa bi ne kasa ahodo ekoso a ebi wo ho a na ya arrest wo mo post ahodo ekoso a na ya arrest wo mo no me say wo follow me last week ni a de be 2-3 weeks ago e de ba no de those ensem you know my position on it and what I expect say empenifo eye and I've always said say you betumi amamra ni obi edi without that Rambo style arrest. Inti mo amu follow me ne you know, and amunim me position on this arrest, Rambo style arrest, ni unnecessary, detention ni de keka kan woni nyina. Me my position is that if the person is available, se di pa na wo ho na obetumi appear before court, am ye di nasem kosi se ye betumi di nasem wawie ne mpo se bonus wo kodemu a wakodemu a ye better than say edumre bia ya na akoyete se yemfa ne nhyem kakra yenye sei kakra ne ade no ya na me myself I had my position on that say it's something that I don't condone na enra me tie the minority leader afenyo marking a wodi dom kuma anim wo brahye bedwafie no in fact me yemu hye me kakra ema yakanie ene oman sede yegina bretie a mpanimfo mu di yanim no sede wo madwene ene wo munsusu yemu sitie. But I want you to listen to him na iwia ne me woka no meka ede afa ho yentie no kakra yentie afenyo marking.
Communications officer, popularly known as Baba Amando, arraigned before an Accra Second Court, remanded, charged with offensive conduct, false publication and circulation of statements likely to incite fear. The same judge, Court Second Court 9, the Agenda Court, the NDC Court, and let me repeat it, that NDC judge, he must be ashamed of himself. Yes. And now Abronye, remanded into BNI custody for criticizing a judge. There are no isolated incidents. They are selected examples from a deeply troubling and growing list. That judge has no respect for his own judicial oath. I don't think he read the law. That Second Court 9 judge, I have no respect for him. For a judge to say that he's remanding Abronye into PNI custody until the case is finally determined. How? Such a judge can never have my respect. How? How? I pray that he summons me for contempt. Yes. I will continue to disrespect him until he upholds the law. He's gone beyond his judicial function. And it is not his first. It's as if he has been selected purposely to achieve this. For a judge to say that he's remanding Abronye into PNI custody until the case is finally determined. How? Such a judge can never have my respect. How? How? I pray that he summons me for contempt. Yes. I will continue to disrespect him until he upholds the law.
When I am minority leader, afenyo marking na utie ensemo a woka no a relating to Abronye mo arrest ni other ones ya. Oka ho asem say judge no ofre no NDC judge owie no so won de o mfa buo bi ama no omu ni da na kosisi wo bedi mra so no omu ni da onchire ni buo bi a na where I became worried in say afenyo marking eyemranimfo oyelo yani aside from that osanso kra no eye edom kuma e wo mrahye bedwafie e ba no dani a very experienced legislator ono wo mra hye bedwafia MP or ye experience pa woni mra ene ade na mebese yetie Abronye ensem ni bi before I will conclude on afenyo marking asem no eden na Abronye ekeka ye nei edena call remand anase ama judge ni so on call remand about the judge omu kana asemi yenti no
yes obi adi obi atem won kwa court ni yayi wa denta ho say wo no dis ansem no we will not entertain some political judges no because you hu omo ya hu mo we are entertaining political police for no e wo krom ha we are political judge eno ntina da bia no ye nya case ya ye de kwa denta ho judge no wa denta circuit court one or ye political judge mon calculate cases here nansei adenta ho police for ye ya no mo de kwa adenta circuit court negotiation by na Ghana police service any adenta circuit court no or ye judge no media count me out go you can do foco kwaswa na tenase na sa political judge na wudi wo ho no kwaswa na di na krakra brofo a emfa kwamu wo brofo a enye wururi grammatical errors nkwa na de ti adenta circuit court wo wururi sinyina wo twerɛ grammatical errors nkwa wo brofo nye ye nim ni nyina wo grammar nye ana di judge wa adenta ho wo brofo ya towu wo brofo judge a wonte brofo wo twerɛ basa we are political judge o brofu we ana aditi adenta circuit court we nimu anya judge na odie we are politician ana wakwa
enti Abronye nsem a okeka ye ni bi de fa judge no hono no na se wutie no etie no ne nsem a woka no a it goes straight to the judge na judge no se wo hwe arrest awakumi ya na no court wo no briefing ni chere say eyesa ensem way around the judge no and the ma edini ko piem wo court wa eni okọ remandi but se wutie sa Abronye ensemi na wutie afenyo marking reaction to these issues I expected something different. In fact, your ways are criticizing someone as obeka sem ediachi obi bia one ne nya adwene ekromu ha ye hu bebre when the NDC was in opposition womo soriti a eye womo kaseti a judges ewu kromu ha womo ne judges ni decisions bi anya anko yi anko adwene anaso womo no anya adwene ewu decisions bi a judges no eteki ye including election positions ne de keka kan wo nyina they did that womo ka wo kromu a emebi kura fin say womo to din bi unanimous FC say judges ni bi womo nyina ka omutibom wo mabu asem ni nyina womo kan bi wo kromu a some of us we condemned say emra no ye holding on your democracy ye sorry say ye tietia a judge for fan wodi hu say ya ana say ye sorry say ebia ye attack womo personally a ade a waye no so ofi say enya de ntia ma afenyo de ne ye shocking ma me ne say he is a lawyer and he knows the law or sanso o mrahye bedwafie by using words anu adin say against a judge wo sanso kra ka say wo de unrespect sa judge no eda ko so be uphold the law no. My question is that as a lawyer, what does the law says? Say bia what can be na ananse judge bia matem wo bi na woni ne nya adwene a emrahye bedwani a wo experience say emrahye bedwani a wo experience say na unim de ye is it not coming? Am I on air? Is it okay?
Yes, obi adi obi atem won kwa wo court ni yayi wa denta ho say wo no dis ansem no we will not entertain some political judges no because ya hu omo we are entertaining political police for no e wo krom ha we are political judge enuntina da bia no yenya case ya yede kwa adenta ho judge na o adenta circuit court one or your political judge mun calculate cases here nan say adenta ho police for ye ya no mo de kwa adenta circuit court negotiating ben na Ghana police service any adenta circuit court no or your judge no media count me out what you can do foco Koswana tinasi na sa political judge na wudi wo hono koswana di na twetwe brofo a emfa kwamu wo brofo a enye wururi grammatical errors nkwa na de ti adenta secret court wo wururi nsinyina wo twere grammatical errors nkwa wo brofo nye de nimni nyina wo grammar nye ana di judge wa adenta ho wo brofo ya towu wo brofo judge a wonte brofo wo twere basa. We are
and Sir Mr. Abubakar Yakubu, MPP Sunyani is Communications Officer, popularly known as Baba Amando, arraigned before an Accra Circuit Court, remanded, charged with offensive conduct, false publication and circulation of statements likely to incite fear and panic. The same judge, Circuit Court 9, the Agenda Court, the NDC Court. And let me repeat it. That NDC judge, he must be ashamed of himself. Yes. And now Abronye, remanded into BNI custody for criticizing a judge. There are no isolated incidents. They are selected examples from a deeply troubling and growing list. That judge has no respect for his own judicial board. I don't think he read the law. That Circuit Court 9 judge, I have no respect for him. For a judge to say that he's remanding Abronye into BNI custody until the case is finally determined. How? Such a judge can never have my respect. How? How? I pray that he summons me for contempt. Yes. I will continue to disrespect him.
Be am I disappointed, Nesse? As a lawmaker, Oya MP, experienced MP in Parliament, after no marking, it is childish and quite inappropriate to use those words on a judge, knowing that you are a lawyer. Obi a lawyer ni sabe, and it doesn't reflect the experience you have and the knowledge you have as a lawyer and even a lawmaker in Parliament. Said you usika say no after no and say we experience. If you think a judge, I am from so, which I disagree with. Said ye do obi be shemu ansa na yedi na asem. I've stated my position earlier. Ansa na etiakono. I stated say me ni omo nya adwene wo say yedi obi be twere kukumu konsi be di na asem wi. Se nipa ni nya ne nko ba bia okromu ha yenim no ne where about ne ade a. Even se osusu so be dwane kura obetimi asizi ne passport ne normal ne ade a. Na nipa no atimi afesi mra na akosi se bia be bo no na se esi wodam a wodam dance ya de be twiri mu ne ade a maka ho asem wa. But the words are afenyo kin we use ye ne ye boje so, and you have people there womani agia, the kind of insults, any impunity a wo da na di ewo ho, inappropriate words that we use as a lawyer and somebody who knows the law. Ye boje so na ye wo de. And you think you are doing something right. There we are your foot soldiers, Ejuma, your foot soldiers, foot soldiers, or more was here, no, Beji 50 cedi koto ediane, Beji 20 koto ediane for no de samo manu mania bigigigig or Cassa Sabe, or Yen Quachidi, or Bekika Bibi, or Mona Taba comments as Sibidi Atemno. Foot soldiers, a Yoma Juma. This atem the DNA, a just a minority leader of that caliber. Any who experience as a lawyer, okosa. If you think say judge no air, and I said your way any you're wronger, the law gives you an opportunity, say, ube to me appeal, and I'll be pass it through the proper legal processes to address this, than just that public insults, ni attacks, ni disrespect. I want to say, oh yeah, obi okra, oh who say, oh yeah, minority leader, na say, oh yeah, as a normal full soldier, kasa na kasa hen. Go where the days go, honorable or say Mensa Bunsu time. Papa as a minority leader. So now or criticize and answer or argue. You see that sense of maturity. Honorable say Mensa. Now ma or no crown point now you're attractive. Or count or chew any more Kenyans as some power. We doing one question. We say, Papa Sabe Ebikura, we do a temo, but who's we do a tem. Nyansa sem kanim di sem kana o se Mensa Bunsu di afra na sem na ka estate no kotu laws. How they backing asem no. That days are not those days are not ogusua. Those days are not say Mensa Bunsu. Eye minority leader no. Akra osabe a majority leader no. Look at how he handled parliament. Look at how he led. And then afenyo ema leadership no one standard. One standard. We know what you are up to. So we say adena akono anko ye anye in your favor. What does the law says? Edi akwanya ne wom se musumutimi ye. One thing I know, they say, what was wrong yesterday can never be right today. Time when I NDC for every judges new unanimous FC. What some of us even condemned, no. Now also a phenomenon who condemn. When they were insulting the judges, after you criticized, you condemned. Into what has changed today? If insulting judges yesterday was wrong, today is still wrong. You can disagree. On judgment, you bet me I disagree. But going ahead, insulting and attacking like this, as a minority leader, and you'll be a keke, my party ni bimpu. Keke, and kasa, a full soldier, say Juma. What you did yesterday was wrong. It's wrong. You can express your displeasure, and it will be any. But you yourself, go back and listen to Abronye. Tape itself. Etikawo bewu refine wasem no shepu ne kama. A criticizing ye is it obi etie wa unza say so aggressive at him didie na dia, but rather you had a point. And so the way they communicate no you're wrong. Then my words to you, they say, me de be as a leader of parliament, wuna esoma edimunyam eba enkasayemu, even in the time of criticism, or criticizing woman, many. But what you did was low. It was below belt. As a lawyer, so we you say, and why say, I want the judge to cite me for contempt. Now, so why wouldn't say, Bradimuno, I dare now, oh, criticize no yen in such a way, say, Ebema who bass, and no be a becam, and answer much of contempt. And you are we leader, no, you say no, dear na full soldiers, no, so wait in India. It's too bad. Maka, message yan rano, and to me, your papa ne. And I still say that. Say yan sa. Now you say ya, or mine on ya, dear say betumpon. Maka, I disagree. But the way you are talking about it, you know, and how you went personal on the judge, it's wrong. As a leader of parliament, one lower the standard of leadership in the MPP minority leadership. Ko nekope honorable say Chairman Sabunsu videos nibi time of parliament. They say what you want share say the rules he lead no. Ko nekope neshe. How he led, and even party issues bar. Say Chairman Sabunsu be genessing PS no kasa. Go and listen. He disagree, he criticized, but with much sense of maturity. I will feel this papa ya o say asem we de atoma kuma so esebiti. Enya kikira asem no. Ekwahi. Ekwan yankasa, ekwan. It's shameful for you to talk that way. You can just appeal or you push the legal process up. And yet, I yet quite too many. A course sa na say o man no say be yen shedam ya yibia
because yibia ye jail no and the war as opposition leader no o see esan sa Abronye ho ofeche obi enti no boni a obi
be contempt na 3 years
3 weeks they say 3 weeks
okay yes
3 weeks
okay,
3 weeks ye jail in 3 weeks
sure.
And yet the longevity of the sentence no name the fact that you have even been convicted no what you say adia obi koye ya ejeli no and the Dr. Baumia will say MPP ni akoye e ma yenja no because of MPP ni now that is what he's saying.
No,
and no na ma reho no ti dia wo pa kire ne say under wo leadership as president no so obi ko threaten jaja wo be ja na manako that is the implication, right? Senko limiting no to David Sando Dianokra because now the details are a bit sketchy. What you say? And then Dr. Baumia person will be threatening judge and your MPP near Injano Manenko. And no ya dear Obia will press over baby dear mine so na idea says I don't hook for Moana. And nothing I make us say, and conforming the back and say, oh, yeah, MPP for in this one sorry no make a man for because I say you are not in control, eh? Yeah, your position no. Yeah, demonstrations be brave. I make a demonstration be brave. A room be a yasa John Mahama maybe. Oh, shall you de audio opposition I call you know. Who bet me a kind demonstration back where John Mahama as opposition leader, baby. None. A do baby and yes, and I didn't a new power on the air condia day. A man no, a dear non fan when your day in shim. But a room ribbon yet, yes, so we a pennia, yes, a penny con when your home akuma. We a pennia. And Yama bebre wa who ya day Ephraim. As some beba wo penny no do no beba betum there was say ya some mu a day a mo do. Now we a penny we a jata na de bia wanim Fred wo dwomu a. Amanfo bebu so we a kraman baby. E bedru abra we o pokra obi amfiu. That is where Dr. Baumia is getting to. That's where he's getting to. Obi akọ threaten judge. And I asoni mu. And the wo kire say yenjano na yenjana uba ma omo de mraye adwuma no a omo protected the sanctity of the court no ube hold you omo accountable. Na Ghana for omo jejireje, is this what an opposition leader is supposed to do? But Obi, let's put the entire conversation even in proper perspective. On my way I will no be ya de mra na etintim mra no on my no na emrano a yede titim oman no eman ma no fa ahodie bi a saa fa ahodie ne nso no asodie yede ewo ho obi wo ye lawyer, you know say embedded in the enjoyment of every right are responsibilities.
Sure.
You can't claim to want to enjoy the rights now while turning a blind eye to the responsibilities. It's a right to be any whether right of free speech and any absolute. Obi, even the right to live are the most important, the right to life. It's not absolute. There are instances yes. So is the right to the freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, you know, I will be a copy. So ukoke can send be a bit me atoto o man yasum duase e begu obi hu fia emra ma ho kwan se esese ye twe waso na de ye me ya ne se enye bredi kan a ye de sa de yi eye adwumani MPP wo ho ana Dr. Baumia ye vice president no omo de sa niema no eye adwuma obi obekai owura bi a friend Bobi ansa wa Accra FM 2022 mu ho ye se wakoka se ensase a ye tonton no won kran ha no first lady ehun wo mu bi na no na ode kokan yo apolisi fo che no de ne sie ba ye nanan ye hwehwe ne ba bia ne ehun no under Dr. Baumia wanya no nko a journalist bia ne efre no Caleb Kuda obi ukai ye se wakotwa apolisi fo ka bia asai si ba bi
national security
Blue Gate Oni gave bi a your friend Zoe Abubedu. Kwala mrante wa ye chi omu ko hye omu baabi ye omu yakayaka de under Dr. Baumia wo. Enya no nko obi uka emre bi yesi nkofo bi muntie 3. Obi de na omu ko ye. Yesi radio so kasa ya na omu kasa na ko tra so. Ye chi omu de omu ko court ma obi jeli omu 3 years. Enya no nko a obi Apia Stadium, yes, what can some go man penina kufuado hufi, na Dr. Baumia vice president. Yakochin Kumase, a train and sun and night to say Sebia breachery, a dinner to pick a boot, a drive woofing crying. Na Dr. Baumia, Nina, ye cassa moon from Soyao.
Pick up boots, you are.
Oh, you pa for Apia Stadium, says here,
exaggerate.
Me so pa for Apia Stadium, says
now, or the pick up
boot in your dinner
from Kumasi
from Accra to Kumasi. Me say Apia Opa for Apia Stadium, say he no so Okasawo social media.
So on when training 9 and inside,
pick up boot from Accra to Kumasi. Obi. Because yes, wa kasa na ye de atraso. Na mo abra mo tia konya so no, you punished people for exercising their right to free speech and yamanya de anko ye. Ne yabana mo makotena opposition. Na onko for enso ekasa ma na traso na emra edi omo a wo se ihunehuna mo basa emfoni a wutwa kire Ghana for no se wo pani a eye Dr. Baumia wo kasa no sebi onu krisa etoso mienu se ne American no only principles only moral scruples bi a wo de ye the air politics into bibia ni na mrante be se kokasa na wakokasa bi. I think say it will serve Dr. Baumia's image. It will do his image a lot of good if he begins to realize position no kra no mudu na motofo na mrante wa no a ye mrante wa ne de obi ujaya ye betwi ubonga wo because ye wade bi a ye friend youthful exuberance ye moja na no ye dey ehye entimpempi no eniama bebre wo ho a ye de akoma na ye de ye wi ansa ne ye de ye adwene ho ti abire bi say that e was a nana akomianom ne chimensa bonsumo ne eye Fredia Fredo Warren nom what you say omo betwa papa ne ho ahia na emma ne nkogugu ne ho ani mu asese so obi akoya ade eti amra obi akoya ade a emre bi obi ye bi a ye de ne tumu na wo se ne obi akoye bi o your party ni okasama onu ne timi di Canada Japan atemo pa ema wo se Canada Japan se bi ekeka ansem ntino wa meka bibia na chese wo betray no a u twamfo ni bi dia kire Ghana for say one you are a lawless opposition leader who opposition leader on pese mra ye di abuman no amasomdwe wo mu no on pese betena ho na wo ba on fa mra nye de
but he will not be the first opposition leader speaking in support of the party phobia Omonya issues with the state. The record will show, sir, President John Mahama, then opposition leader, had cause to also complain about similar things.
Dr. Baum, I am not focusing too much even on the David Sando.
Yes.
Dr. Baumia Kasano koye generic or Kasa in generic terms, and anka one name a year specific a year. This Abronye. The Abronye case is a terrible example because Obi. O my mu ade e wa kan ye bom keep a semblance of order judiciary obi and so obi kwa attack judge a wote adwam obi akwa attack judge a wote adwam akan sem a bringing the administration of justice into disrepute na wo kasa ono no ye hunahuna ne yenja no na anyesa wo ba wo be ma omo yesa no ye accountable not just the legal order you keep in society need together no gra no you don't regard it. Who say Senko Kawobia the corruption issue say corruption sense de bia obia say you witch hunting. What I said that become a sing song for all opposition parties. But there be ho obia ya wakwa atake judge na ya so ne pechi na who cite no example as say as an example like say criminalize free speech. I think say a rehosam. I think say it is the lowest any opposition leader can go, and I think Dr. Baumia na make us handlers of Dr. Baumia some way bia kadasin kodua bi na beka ya and Kasala Mustafa bi na beka ya What you say? And can now who say ye tutu ni sreni abasa ye hunu se mfonso bi wom no. And can yam fa ho ntansa ne nyede ye nkopo Dr. Baumia. Maso bi kwa ya de we na ukasa ye nya no a esi pa nti me de me kan kosia ne say.
But in the statement baby en ho ka so munya no. A quick correction, the Muntie 3 the no sentence na 4 months in
4 months, yes, me 3 months, but say 4 months.
No ka 3 years bio. And the years na one
na 4 months.
4 months. Sure. Na nipa no de ba say me kan kire say in that case so no the current vice president intervened for them when they were incarcerated.
She was a sitting vice president
at the time.
He was the president.
No.
Who was?
He was Muntie 3.
Yes.
Sir, President Mahama
was the president,
yes.
And then Jane was education minister.
Yes. You see,
and also
you see, Omono yedi omasem.
Yes.
Yedi omasem no one is a president and education minister. Eko kasai. You bua omofo. Yedi omokotum. And tumuna yedi omokotum no. President and Kasa do ye bua mo for say inform nkotumba meja omo omo da mu ben yebosome what you say and na omo sentence no ye remit no you get the point ya pardon omo kra from the one say court bua mo for ye jamu the omo ko da mu kakra the idea was that ade no omo ye no matumbra right from the get go we will not intervene.
Judge, you will be treated politically. And your tenure of office will run with the political party that will favor, unquote. The association finds this treatment of Honorable Sosu against judges as unfortunate, reckless, and misguided, coming as it is from a member of parliament and a lawyer who should know better. The question the association would like to ask Honorable Sosu and his ilk are: A, who is a political judge? B, who determines who is a political judge, and by what criteria is the determination made? 3, who are the so-called political judges who are going to be dealt with? The association considers this treatment of Honorable Sosu as deliberate and calculated to create disaffection against the judiciary and an attempt to scandalize the judiciary and judges, and we condemn the said statement in no uncertain terms. Judges do not determine which cases are filed or put before them for hearing. The statement of Honorable Francis Xavier Sosu is an attempt to intimidate judges who are doing nothing other than their normal work. The association takes a serious view of the statement of Honorable Sosu and considers it very unprofessional from a lawyer and an unprovoked attack on the judiciary. Having regard to the seriousness with the AMJG takes this statement and its potential to do undue damage to the image of the judiciary, the association is lodging a formal complaint against Honorable Sosu to the General Legal Council immediately for his unprofessional statement of utterances which have the potential to tarnish the image of the judiciary as a whole.
Good. And Sasu oye lawyer and should know better. Liberal judges, all judges in this country say we are political judges. Some of you are political judges, and you will be treated politicians, and you will be removed from office when they come to power. So all the judges in the country, Sasu labeled some of you. Now, what did the judges do? They didn't file a criminal. They didn't report Sasu to the Ghana Police Service. Ghana Police Service, that movie hall. Were you not part of the Ghana Police Service? Ghana Police Service, did you arrest Sasu? No. Because Judge Sankasa took up the matter. Say, where are you civil? It's coming from a lawyer. What damaging the reputation of the judiciary? And they said it's unfortunate. It's almost the Court General Legal Council as a civil matter. Say council no enhwehwemu ni entwi Sasu aso. Abronye no lawyer wo. It is the standard any ma Sasu no higher. A whole lawyer can describe judges as political judges, and it was not criminal. That statement was not criminalized. Sasu was not arrested, dragged before court, detained, like what they are doing to Abronye. Abronye, who is not a lawyer and a politician, make statements similar to what Abronye said, when Sasu said. Judges in this country sat down and with the support, judiciary, the police took up the matter. So Abronye a committed crime. Now if Sasu don't carry the any fear and panic, any false information, what Sasu said about the judges, any false information is that they are political judges. It's not false information. It's not any creative fear and panic. Any offensive conduct. How do the judges live before here? It's not offensive. The judges were threatened. They saw it as a threat. So who say home your political here? Then it means that they don't remove them. Wasn't it a threat? Didn't it cause fear and panic among judges? Sasu Diani, President Mahamani, NDC, the current IGP, forget to say crime has no expiring date. If Abronye statements is a criminal statement and currently is facing criminal charges for false information and causing fear and panic and for offensive conduct, Sasu too must be brought before the court for the same offense, because that offense was offensive conduct to the judiciary, and it's also a false statement that created fear and panic among the judiciary. And this time, the judiciary did the right thing by not trying to criminalize Sasu's statements, but rather took the matter to the civil forum, and Sasu have to go there and answer. And then the Abronye, led by President Mahama, who came to do research and do the right thing, has now turned Abronye's statement to be a criminal statement. And the saddest aspect is that because Abronye Tietia and Penifa, so for be a nice one in Penifa, you are politicizing the whole thing. Say, Abronye has been arrested, dragged before a court. The court night judge, because the brother has been labeled as a broadcast judge, also so Abronye as well offending the judiciary, which is also part. Let's show Abronye where power lies. A simple misdemeanor, a matter any criminal. If a criminal, where is Sasu working freely? The IGP, the director of CID, the attorney general, why are you not also filing criminal charges against Sasu? Who brought this political statement? The case now called judge name. The judge remanded Abronye. The judge did the didi on Abronye obiba obi jere. Remanding. And the saddest aspect is that Abronye yari. Me no see Abronye is not yari. Internally, Abronye is not feeling well. Abronye BP nam 200 plus. This was brought to the attention of the judge. Abronye internally keep me other issues in Koyo. Abronye who say puffy eyes. The guy is dying slowly. Exposing a court to public hatred and ridicule, and now attacking the integrity of the court, and now the sanctity of the court. That should be. That should be. That should be. But in the first place, who used the word political judge? It was NDC Madina MP, lawyer Francis Sosu not be kind out. Whilst NDC was in position, now Sosu come out to say judiciary no judges in the bebre wo political judges, and they are marking them down because they are behaving like politicians. It is a NDC by power. They will deal with these political judges. And the lawyers Francis Sasu NDC MP no did this terminology. When Sasu made that comment, was he arrested by the police? Was Sasu arrested by the police? Was it criminalized? No. What happened was that the Judges and Magistrates Association of Ghana took up the matter and saw it say a criminal matter. Judges, the old judges in Ghana at the time of Sasu can say judges of Ghana judges political judges, and they would deal with them as political judges. The judges who knew the law at that time, including Judge here, what did not tell them, because it's part of the association. They didn't initiate a criminal action against Lawyer Francis Sasu, but rather they petitioned the General Legal Council for Sasu should be dealt with for professional misconduct. They didn't see any crime in it. Sasu they did kind political judges by here. Producer, I already Judges Association. The judges in this country, Abronye is not in good health, but the judge looked at Abronye with no pity on his health condition. Somebody who's having this difficult condition, and normally will be a BP, who detain 2 weeks remand to worsen the condition, and the judge didn't feel any pity. He was comfortable. Whose bidding is the judge doing? That's the question we have to ask. Why is the judge so on? It says the remand of Abronye is a direct abuse of Abronye right to bail, because in our country, Pebu versus Pebu, court say all offences are bailable. The right to bail, Abronye right to bail, you can't talk with it. One, Abronye a citizen or office place of abode. Offense whether born or any offense of Kukulipa. Abronye voluntarily went to the court. Abronye had people who can stand surety. Abronye health condition. Abronye is ready to face trial. Abronye is ready to face trial, although the charges do not match up. The charges, it should rather be charged for contempt of court than the charges presently, because the evidence, if Abronye is to prove in the court, said that the judge is a political judge, yeah, he can prove it. How will Abronye prove the judge is a political judge? I'll demonstrate it to you. Then you have a country and President Mama committee NDC lawyers. I don't know politician. After meeting NDC lawyers, President Mama catch NDC lawyers and say, President Anado a party court with MPP judges. 80 judges now more than 80, about 100 from Supreme Court to the District Court. Only MPP judges. It's a market be able to be I have politicized judgments. A common MPP for against them. It's only mama or touch the NDC Lawyers Association. Lawyers for say, only in terms of bench. No, no bar. Only so the Mbeko Koto. Obey Kutu judges are only some NDC for. Moment to so call them balance it because a bed so obepam all the 100 judges is a bed. Tokolu dey easily into a bed with Tokolu, but what catch Tokolu dey on to the Juma. But said 80, 90 judges, 100 judges. Now you say NDC for opposition, no, Oma label those judges are about 100. We will NDC, MPP. None of the nearby judges, no. NDC will list of judges are one label more MPP judges. Almost some more yet MPP for Juma. It Mama say Oba balance it by bringing NDC lawyers are mere judges, lawyers to the bar bench. And the bench almost all NDC inclined. That's what Mama said. And true, Mama Bayano, we former chief justice, and the chief justice Aba or trust no. And within 8 years, also remember the 80 judges Aba. Only within less than 1 year. Or the 60. And you know, judges are moving horses here now. Mama, do mobile no. Say, yeah, should be okay. And they say, those judges, you know, why you interview who say, why you intelligence who says, I don't know, the Juma. And also, judges are MPP cases, I come here,